It looks like we're back to a live shot here tonight at Pocono on the SRN. Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties, but I think we got it all sorted out. And it looks like we're under caution here at Pocono. And we're going to go into overtime for the first time tonight. These drivers will have 3 opportunities to finish this race under green flag conditions. Timothy Dale's your leader, Kevin Lell second, Daniel Keith and Cliff Warren, and Dana Lell in the top 5. And apologize about that brief interruption there. We are back and live for the final laps here. The Radical Racing League's Pocono race. Timothy Dales, again, has been out front most of the night tonight, or been up front in contention for this thing for most of the night tonight. He's part of the top 2 with Kevin Lell being the pole sitter. And unfortunately, due to that outage, we did not see what caused us, or what put us under caution here, but we're still trying to get everything set back up. Nonetheless, looks like we're going to go back green flag racing for the first attempt at a green-white checkered attempt here. We're officially into overtime. Now, just for reference, I believe the drivers up front, most of them probably look like they have not been down pit road in 10 to 15 laps. With a fuel run gonna make a difference here, or is everybody got enough to go to the end? We're gonna find out. Single file restart in effect. They're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Again, we talk about runs. You just got to be able to stay in the field or with the field to the last 1,000 feet or so is going to be the big difference. And the pace truck's going to duck down pit road. Timothy Dales brings them back to the green flag. We're officially in overtime here at Pocono. The field quickly getting scattered out. Timothy Dales tried to make a block on either side there. Here comes Daniel Keith on the bottom. He's on the rumble strips. That's not going to affect that car. Oh, it is! And he's going to go to the outside wall. That's going to collect Eric Still. That's Chad Lurdy outside as well. That is not how Chad wanted to end his race. As Daniel Keith gets involved here. Let's take a look. We saw Keith really ride the rumble strips on the bottom. I'm not quite sure. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, he got into the grass on the exit of turn 1. That could have been really bad for the entire field. But it looks like he's going to get into Chad Lurdy, and that's going to be the only one. And caution is going to be out. And we're going to have another attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Timothy Dale, your leader. Dana Lell, Cliff Ward, Kevin Lell. Lanty Mills in the top 5. Under caution, we're going to step away, get everything back configured. We are back. Live action, going to bring you to the final laps here of the Radical Racing League. SR8's at Pocono right here after this. You're watching the SRN. The second attempt at a green-white checkered finish underway here. Timothy Dales, Danilel is going to lead him back to the green flag. Officially into overtime. Who's going to bring home the trophy? We hope to find out in just 2 short laps. Dale's your leader as he comes back to the stripe. Big push from Danilel. All the way down the front stretch here, they get ready to go off into turn 1. Dales and Lel out front by 4 car lengths all by himself. All they've got to do is hang on here for 1 more lap. And then the next will end it. And they're 3 wide, tight 3 wide for the lead. As they go down into turn 2, this is the tightest racing they've had all night. Several cars wipe out into 2. That's William Alcala. That's the majority of the field there. Laney Mills. Looks like Tyler Bloom was able to make it through it. Daniel Keith is on his side. I don't think that's the first time either tonight. Several cars involved here. You see Cliff Ward with a bunch of damage. Did Hockley? I think Hockley made it through there without a whole lot of damage. You see Andy Abry with a beat up race car. This may only be the top 3 here that have decent cars. Everybody may be running low on fast repairs at this point. So we're going to go into the 3rd attempt of a green-white checkered for overtime. We're going to step away again and get ready to bring you the last restart of the night right here on the SRN. Timothy Dell's your leader. Dan Allow, Chris Hockley up front. All three clean cars, but everybody behind him is kind of a hodgepodge of damage. Third attempt at a green-white checker, the last attempt. The next flag will end the race. Green flag is back out one more time here at Pocono. A good portion of the field has damage to their cars. Who's going to be able to hang on and get a decent finish here? Andy Abry showing he's got a little bit of a pace. He was in the grass and gets shoved up high. Chad Lurdy on the move. He's been hanging back all night. That strategy may have worked for him. Abry's got a bent up wing, but he's still here to party. Timothy Dales, Dan Alel out front, side by side, between quarters 2 and 3. Both have big pushes, one from Abry, one from Hockley. And Hockley goes for a ride through the grass. Looks like he's gonna be able to, he was almost had it saved. He's gonna find the wall, and that's gonna end his night. No caution though, and there's the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Pocono. Dell's just trying to keep a clean car. He's falling back though. Danilel is your new leader. Andy Abry with a shove. Here comes Lanty Mills as well. And Tim Dell's out of fuel. The report from producer John Long as the top 5 fight it out. One more attempt through turn 2. Who's going to be the leader at the end of this thing? Look at Chad Lurdy hanging out back all race long. Out on the outside by himself. Here comes the run. That's Cliff Warren out front of this group, but they get sideways. Chad Lurdy, Lanty Mills on a drag race. Chad Lurdy is going to be your winner. What an upset win here tonight. 5/100ths of a second is gonna be the distance between first and second place. Chad Lurdy is gonna bring home the victory here at Pocono. Let's take a quick look at the results here. Chad Lurdy, your winner. Lanty Mills, second. Andy Abry, third. Kevin Lells, fourth. Dan Lell's going to finish in the top 5 tonight. Cliff Warren is going to finish 6th. William Alcala, 7th. Eric Still. Timothy Dells. Chris Hockley is going to finish in the top 10. Tyler Bloom, Chris Edwards, Daniel Keith, and Mariusz Lozinski rounding out the remainder of the field. We're going to get ready for some post-race coverage after our winner pushes Timothy Dells back around after running out of fuel on the last lap. You're watching the SRN. A wild night here at Pocono for the Radical Racing League, and anytime you tune into the SRN on Tuesday nights, you know you're going to see a lot of action. And, well, you know, talking of action, a driver tonight who hung out back for the majority of the night, tried to stay in it, and have a shot at the win. Chad Lurdy, congratulations on win number 2 on the season. That's gotta feel good after what this race turned into in the closing laps.
Yeah, man, it's always good to win a demo derby. It was a heck of a race. It came down to, as typical, drafting, patience, and just dodging the chaos that occurs here in Radical Racing League. I'd like to thank my sponsor, National Guard. Appreciate, Kevin Lale for making this paint scheme for me. Appreciate everybody for coming out tonight and letting me kick their butts one more time.
And kicking butts, he certainly did. I know you were in the back a good majority of the night. Was any part of that part of the fuel strategy to try to save a little bit deep in the draft, or was that strictly just trying to keep the car in one piece as the night went on?
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of it was for fuel, mainly obviously to stay out of the wrecks. But my car it wasn't a lead car. I did much better in the draft, and just had to pick the right time to slingshot forward and be in the lead at the right time. I wasn't good at staying in the lead, but everything worked out in the end. I was pretty happy to come home with a win.
Chad Lardy bringing home win number 2 during season 2 for the Radical Racing League. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Lanny Mills missing that winner, that checkered flag himself by 5/100ths of a second. Talk to us about the chaos that ensued coming out of turn 3 there, and was there something you could have done a little bit differently coming down the front stretch?
Well, I was trying to get down low, but there was just no room to get low, so I just had to stay high and hope I could get it. But it was close. It was a good run.
It absolutely was, and tonight you looked kind of sporty out there tonight. You were up front a couple different times. That had to feel good to put together a decent run over so far over season 2.
That it was. It was a wild ride that time.
Lanny Mills bringing home P2 tonight, and we'll quickly talk to Andy Abry. Andy, congratulations on that 3rd place finish. You were, I would say, one of the only drivers that were kind of dedicated to pushing a bunch of different drivers tonight, and was able to bring home a solid top 3. Did you feel after that last caution came out that you had a car that was going to be able to hang out up front at the end?
I didn't feel that way because I went through 2 accidents there in the last 2, or the 2 green-white checkers, and I didn't have any fast repairs, so I was just kind of riding it out. I think a lot of us were, but kind of like similar to what Chad said, there was I wasn't very good leading. I was a better pusher, and that's just fine as long as I'm in the mix and everything, but it was pretty wild out there tonight.
It was indeed. It put on a heck of a show here on the SRN, and let's go back and rewind about halfway. You mentioned that you were better off pushing instead of leading, and you didn't really have any alliances, but you were pushing anybody up front. Was there anything you could have done differently there to kind of separate yourself and preserve a fast repair or preserve the car for maybe a run at the end there, or was it pretty much you left it all out there?
I just left it all out there. It was, I think I was pushing Timothy quite a bit, and we hooked up for 3 or 4 laps there, and it was pretty good. And it's just wild how you can come up behind somebody and you have a thought like maybe I'm going to go up or to the right and go around them, and this somebody else has got such a huge run, they just blast into your view, and it's pretty tough to judge those sometimes. So I just hung out on the bottom lane and pushed until it was time to go for the win. But congrats to Chad again. He seems to be getting these. He's got 2 wins, but he always seems to be up front at the end, missing all the chaos.
Andy Abry hit a lot of the chaos himself tonight, but still managed to scrape away with the top 3. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to wrap up coverage here tonight of the Radical Racing League right here on the SRN. Next week, Daytona Road and the Radical Racing League come together for week 9, I believe it's going to be. And you're not going to want to miss that. You can head on over to Facebook, do a search for the Radical Racing League for more information about this group. And then obviously we certainly encourage you to follow the Sim Racing News Network on all the streaming platforms. That's Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Because you're not going to want to miss out on any of the action we've got coming up tomorrow night. The Ohio Sim Racing Xfinity drivers take on the Great Coliseum Bristol Motor Speedway at 9 p.m. 8 Central right here on the SRN. On behalf of producer John Long, I'm Sean Fitz. We will see you tomorrow night right here on the SRN. Good night, everybody.